everybody. And today we're going to take a look at Chris Fouke Industrial Guitars. Just a little preface to the story. Back in 2002, I was on tour with a band in Holland, and one of my favorite steels ever is the Rickenbacker frying pan lap steel. I had a chance at the time to buy that. The only thing that held me back was the money. And so the year following, I was on the road in the United States with the same band, and we were actually, I believe we were in St. Louis, Missouri, at a big club, and there was a Dutch documentary film crew following us and making a movie about our lives on the road. And at that time, I met Chris Fouke. He came to the show, and we had started chatting, and he had let me know that he actually builds aluminum lap steels. That was his thing. The steels were all built out of aluminum. And I was intrigued. You know, we had a good chat, and I had suggested, I'd really like to have a frying pan style lap steel that was affordable for the touring musician as well as the home musician if they could not, get the holy grail of the Jerry Bird Rickenbacker frying pan. So we had a good chat, and then so Chris went to work and came up with the first version of the steel, which had a little bit of a bigger frying pan body than what I was comfortable with, although I did use that steel for a bunch of tours. It made it onto a bunch of different records, but we stayed in touch, and Chris had actually built me a few steels at that time. We finally came down to this design. And I'll show it to you in the big camera as well. So you'll see that the actual pan is a little smaller, completely round, and very, very comfortable, especially where he's put the volume and the tone knob on it. Now, in the early days, Chris was using some Teflon for the sides, and that was pretty cool. But then he developed aluminum sides, and the aluminum is actually tubed, and I'll show you in the other camera again. You can see how it's actually tubed, which creates a wonderful resonance, which reacts very well with this steel. So very, very resonant. Now, total transparency before we go further. I'm plugged straight into a positive grid bias head, straight into the Stevenson cabinet here. This guitar is tuned in open E, which for my liking is E, B, E, G sharp, B, E, and then the high string is the G sharp. Okay, and that allows me to get that sort of high country flavor. But at the same time, on the low strings, I can get the blues thing going on. Okay, so for me, it works very well. It gets me into both worlds where I need to go. Now, this guitar is equipped with a Kent Armstrong 7-string humbucker. Another cool pickup. This thing tends to sound pretty good no matter where I plug it in. It's just a comfortable, pleasant sound, and very responsive to how aggressive or non-aggressive I am while playing. So you can really hit it hard, and it still carries it fairly well. Beautiful, beautiful guitars. Chris has come a long way. If you're following Chris at all at industrialguitar.com, the steels he's putting out right now are beautiful, wonderful. He's got into a new powder coating thing. He's added the Sertano benders, so you can really get the pedal steel sound if you're not so comfortable with the bar slants. And sometimes I'm not comfortable with them. Even now, those bar slants can be a little tricky. But so he adds all sorts of features to these, basically at your request. Now, to be honest, and for total transparency again, I am an endorsee. And this is the Dan Walsh signature frying pan model. Although this is 7-string, you can get this signature model in any string combination within realism. He's not going to make you a 16-string. Maybe he will if 16 strings is your where you want to go. However, so this is the signature model. You can see these online at Chris's site. And I find Chris is easy to talk to. As a matter of fact, yesterday I messaged him because I needed to know what pickup this was in here, because he built this in 2007 and it's now 2021. I've forgotten a lot of things since then. He was quick. 10 minutes, he was back to me, and he's on all the different lap steel forums. You can find him to talk to him about these things. I highly recommend him. Totally affordable steels for both the touring musician and the home musician. And if you'll check his site, he's got a lot of bigger name endorsements. A lot of the pro players are catching on to these steels. Like I said, he got me a long time ago. Way back in 2002 is how long I've known him, back in the early days. So, the Dan Walsh signature frying pan lap steel, industrialguitar.com. Go check him out. Pretty cool steels. Easy guy to talk to. And happy sliding, folks.